Hello, everyone. Welcome to Clerks Minute, the show where we break down the 1994 Kevin Smith minute one I'm gonna kill Blake moment at a time. I'm Kyle. Blake's off today and pretty much dead to me right now because he threw me into this without telling me that I was going to be hosting the show by myself with our guest. Why don't you introduce yourself?
Hi, I'm Matt. You may remember me from the My Little Pony convention, or you may not. Either way.
Well, yeah, either way.
Either way, I'm Matt. Coming to you live from Chicago.
Yeah. Yeah, sadly, you're the only good thing about Chicago.
We got some other good stuff. We got some good beers down here, some good craft beers.
Yeah, and a freeway system that looked like it was designed by whoever designs the mazes for those little children's activity books.
Yeah, tell me about it. I was taking the freeway today. It's a mess.
Yeah.
It's a mess. So, anywho.
Okay, we're here to talk about Minute 40, which is Dante and Veronica, having a nice little civil discussion about their old blow-up earlier, and Veronica bringing him lasagna, which automatically makes her the best girlfriend ever in my book.
Lasagna.
Okay, so we start off with, Veronica stepping in here, but in the rack behind her we have, of course, a shit ton of magazines there. You got stuff like a Road Atlas, a copy of the Globe, the Star, which as many of you would know, is a tabloid. The only headline I could make off of that was something about Cher's 2-year affair with a male stripper. Any comment?
I guess kind of dating us, because how many people remember Cher's love affair with a stripper? I don't think many of us do.
Below that, there is a tabloid whose title is covered up by another magazine, but it says something about a Salem witch's money spell.
Interesting.
Yeah. Makes me think of that Bob Tilton guy, the televangelist who basically said that Jesus wants you to prosper financially.
Yeah. Well, I think you can speak for witches. If they had spells for money, I don't think they'd be living in apartments and kind of bad living environments necessarily. They'd be living at a high life. So, I don't think the Salem witches actually have any money. So.
The only good thing that actually came out of Bob Tilton were those Pastor Gas videos.
Yeah, very true.
Yes. Smell the bread of heaven. Smell the bread of heaven. So much for telling that ain't bread, Bob. Okay, and we also have an Inquirer, which is rather prophetic because it actually has a headline about Donald Trump. I can't make out the rest of it. It said Trump to do, I don't know, take a shit or something. Take her shit in a solid gold toilet. I don't give a fuck. Let's see. Following on from that, we got a random issue of Spin, random issue of The Independent, and something that immediately caught my eye when I started watching this. It's an issue of Mega Play, which at the time was Sega's answer to Nintendo Power, as it covered the Genesis, the Sega CD, and the Game Gear. We, of course, have Cosmopolitan and People. Well, of course, they greet each other civilly. She mentions that she brought him lunch. Once he asks what it is, she goes, "Oh, it's peanut butter jelly with the crust cut off." And if so, that's the biggest freaking peanut butter jelly sandwich I've ever seen. You're free to throw in a comment at any time here.
I know. No, you're doing fine right now.
Okay. It's because it just feels like I'm talking to myself here.
Well, no, you're talking to me, and you're talking to our listeners.
Yeah. We're still recording here. This doesn't go out yet. Yeah, it just feels like I'm talking to myself.
Obviously not live, but I'm just saying, it's not like you're talking to yourself. But anyway.
But yeah.
I mean, you kind of have. Unfortunately, it's like I haven't been able to recap myself on this specific episode. I was hoping to be able to catch it real fast.
And you just froze. Matt. Oh. Oh, now you're back.
Oh.
Okay. All right, now you're back. Okay.
Okay.
Let's see here. So say, she says hi to Randall. 37? 37? Nadia just tells him to shut up, as he should.
Yep.
Should,
Oh, yeah.
Oh, God. Yeah, it's amazing. I know that people have friends who are assholes, but I'm shocked that he hasn't murdered Randall yet.
Yeah, well, I mean, I guess it kind of speaks to the type of person Dante is.
Yeah.
You know, Dante kind of just, he's kind of go with the flow kind of guy, and he's lived his whole life as a doormat anyway, so it's pretty easy for him just to kind of take Randall's crap, basically.
Well, doormat wouldn't be the word I'd use. Cuckolded idiot would be the word I'd use.
Fair.
Considering the fact that he's still harboring feelings for someone who's pretty much slept with the entire state of New Jersey.
Yeah, well, exactly. Hence, 37, and I'm more than
No. 37 isn't
more
her.
than sure.
37 isn't her. 37
What's
is
that?
Veronica. Veronica, we're talking about Caitlin.
Oh, okay.
Talking about Caitlin.
Oh, sorry. Moving a little too far forward. My bad.
Yeah, we're talking about Caitlin. Yeah, this is a guy who still harbors feelings for a woman who's pretty much slept with all of New Jersey.
Yeah, very true.
Yeah, so, yeah, the word cuckolded idiot comes in much better than this.
True.
Yeah. So Veronica basically tells him it's nice that he's calmed down, and then you hear Randall going... And this pretty much gets Dante annoyed enough to go, well, why don't you just go back to the video store? And then we get a nice long... This is the whole one-shot thing, no cuts. And we see Randall walk past and, give Veronica a friendly little tussle of her hair. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. Excuse me, sorry about that, just getting over a cold here. Yeah, and she basically tells him, you had to tell him? So, well, I had to tell somebody to get it put into get it put into perspective. And what'd he say? Well, at least it wasn't 36. It's because and it was college guys I hadn't even seen or met. And she basically brings up the ostrich syndrome. If you don't see it, it isn't there.
Don't think that's quite a good form, though. Not good form.
No. Says that that. Because that's caused a lot of problems in the world to get out of hand. Basically, if I don't see it, it's not there.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Let's see now. So they wind up thanking each other. She thanks him for calming down, and he thanks her for the lasagna, as he should.
Mm-hmm.
Should. And then we end the minute here with her asking about the locksmith, and he won't be there until tomorrow. Yeah, it's gonna be a very short minute because I'm not getting material to work with here, and
yeah. Well, the problem is like some of these minutes that we have in here, it's really kind of slow paced. It's dialogue, sure, but I guess part of the thing, like I said, with the locksmith, it's not surprising that
Matt, we lost you again. Matt. Okay, I think we got you back again.
Okay, that's really weird. Anyway, the whole thing about the locksmith, that actually kind of tells a tale about Dante himself, because most locksmiths are not going to push you off an extra day, because that means it's a day of work that you're not going to be able to recoup the money for.
Yeah.
Realistically, because of the person Dante is, you probably can just hear it. Sorry, I know. The locksmith probably could just hear in Dante's voice that he just was a a floor mat. He was just a doormat that he could just be walked over and be like, yeah, coming out tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd be like talking to me.
Yeah, and, obviously with any business, it's like, no, you're coming out in like 30 minutes to an hour because I need to open the shop.
Otherwise, I will come to your workplace with a very large axe and give you a lesson in manners you won't soon forget.
Indeed.
Oh, good God. I don't know if we should end the minute now, or if we should...
Well, I guess the question is there anything else that we can discuss about minute 40?
I don't think so, no.
No. Because minute 40, because Veronica hasn't left yet, right?
No, she hasn't.
Yeah, so that's the next part of the minute is where she finally goes back to class. Okay.
Yeah.
So, if you want to, considering this minute was kind of
dry,
dull, kind of ho-hum, it was kind of dry. It's like the biggest thing that we had, basically, is, look at all those magazines that we can see on here.
Just gonna pick this up where we left off before everything here. Okay, our show is part of the Filling the Void podcast network, available on iHeartRadio, Spreaker Radio, Apple Podcasts, Google Play, Stitcher Radio, Player FM, TuneIn Radio, SoundCloud, and now on Alexia devices. Please support the show by going to patreon.com/ClerksMinute. We are discussing the Clerks animated series, and go to TeePublic and buy our merch from the Blake and Sal Show store. No purchase necessary. Offer void in Utah. So, till next time, thank you for listening to Clerks Minute. I'm Kyle.
I'm Matt.
And, well, bye-bye, everyone. 37.